What's good, planet Earth? Welcome to the channel. My name's Charlie and thank you for being here. Today we're getting into a Patreon request from a very dear old friend of mine and an incredible author, Mr. Daniel Munro. So thanks for this one, brother. Now, Dan has asked for Linkin Park doing Pushing Me Away live in Milton Keynes, which is in the UK for those of you that don't know, in 2008. Now, I already know this is going to be amazing. Now, Chester Bennington, in my opinion, has one of the most incredible voices out there. Have you ever heard Crawling? Like, that is just insane. It's on a vocal level, that is just insane. He does 2 choruses in a row, sustaining those huge long notes. I don't know how he has the breath in him. Honestly, it is something to behold. And he can do that live as well. Don't get it messed up, right? He can do that live. There's one thing doing it on a record. He can do that live. Anyway, welcome if you're new, guys, any Linkin Park fans. I hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you do, think about subscribing. The button's going to be down there somewhere. Like the video as well. Follow me on my socials. They're here. Support me on Patreon if you can. I'm jumping ahead of the gun here. You might think the content is shit, but if you do enjoy it and you want to ensure that I can keep doing it, then Patreon is a brilliant way to support. You'll also get early releases, blocked content, exclusive content, that good stuff. It's all down there. If you want to make a one-off donation for a request and ensure that it gets done, PayPal is the way to do it. There's a link down in the description. Anyway, let's get into it, and without further ado, let's go.
Thank you. I've lied to you the same way that I always do. This is the last smile that I'll fake for the sake of being with you.
Wow.
The sacrifice of hiding in a lie. The sacrifice is never knowing why I never walked away, why I played myself this way. Now I see the testing me pushes me away. Why I never walked away, why I played myself this way. Now I see the testing me pushes me away.
Oof.
I've tried.
Man, okay, this is already hitting for me because it's relevant. But also, let's just comment on Chester's voice for a second. There's a wonderful sort of simplicity and a vulnerability in his tone, which makes you feel like you're being spoken to. You know, it's not just like you're not just watching a performance. And I think that is the great sort of enchanting thing about Chester Bennington is like, it's like talking to someone, but he's singing, and it's like someone's talking to you very candidly and vulnerably, but also able to really convey emotion as well. But you don't feel like he's up on like a pedestal or something. You feel like he's just talking to you in a very, very real sense. That's the best way that I can sort of characterize his voice. I think it's beautiful. It's quite rare to have all of those qualities as well. To be real in that way, you know, it's rare.
Why I played myself this way. Now I see you're testing me, pushes me away. I've tried like you to do everything you wanted to. This is the last time I'll take the blame for the sake of being with you.
Yeah, so it's a very important message as well, is that you shouldn't lose yourself trying to be with someone. It shouldn't be that difficult. And I have done that way too many times to a very, very extreme extent. And talking about the message here, I'm not so much talking about the music and his voice and the performance, more the song itself, because that's equally as important, right? So personally, I have to kind of take accountability for that as well, and I think we all do. If you put yourself in that situation, it is on you. You don't have to be with someone at the end of the day. And for me personally, my need to be wanted and accepted actually drew me to people where it was a bit of a task to get that, I tended to be sort of drawn to people with anxious attachment styles, because it gave me sort of like a proving ground. I was like, I need to prove to myself, I need to make this, if I can make someone want me that behaves like they don't, not behaves like they don't. I'm not with some people that like very obviously don't want to be with me. That's not what I'm saying. But where they have like an anxious attachment style, it was like a proving ground for me. I was like, if I can if I can change them into someone that really outwardly shows me that they're going to stick around and they want me, then I'll feel valued. Then I'll feel good enough. And it never works because I have. Not anxious attachment style, avoidant attachment style. I've got an anxious attachment style. So anyway, we're getting far too into it here, but this is kind of like, it all ties into this message, and this is why it's relevant for me anyway, because this perfectly describes that situation. It's bending over backwards to try and be with someone, and losing yourself in the process. It's horrible.
I'll take the blame for the sake of being with you. The sacrifice of hiding in a lie. The sacrifice is never knowing.
That line's interesting to me. So the sacrifice is never knowing. Is he saying the sacrifice of letting go is never knowing if it could have worked out? That is like, if that's what he means, that is deep. For the reasons I just mentioned, I'm not going to go into it again. But it's just like, you always want to that's like the goal. You want to find out whether you were good enough to make it work, to make them stick around, to make it like into the beautiful thing you always hoped it was. And the real sacrifice that you make, apart from losing all those, connections that you have, family ties and whatever, your family, their family becomes your family and vice versa. And, you integrate your two lives together. Apart from that, the sacrifice is never finding out if that could have been true. I think that's what he's saying.
The sacrifice is never knowing.
Damn.
Why I never walked away, why I played myself this way. Now I see the testing me pushes me away. Why I never walked away, why I played myself this way. Now I see the testing me pushes me away. Pushes me
Damn. Welcome to the Afterthought, guys. Wow, that really hit at the end. I started getting a lump in my throat. When he was saying, now I see you're testing me as pushing me away, it really, like, even more made me think. It's talking about someone with a avoidant attachment style, because that's what they tend to do. They test you. They test you to see if you're going to stick around because they don't trust that you are, and they try and avoid connection because they think you're going to hurt them, and so they test you constantly. They think, how far can I push this motherfucker before he leaves? But actually, it ends up, as he says, pushing people like me and clearly like him further away because we plan to stick around anyway, right? We really want to stick around, and we want to know that you want to stick around as well. And the irony of the whole thing is that you both want to stick around, but for these exact reasons, it ends up actually pushing you further apart. But this was just such a beautiful way of explaining that situation and the emotions involved. His voice is haunting and sort of enchanting at the same time. Haunting especially as he's just so sadly not with us anymore. Such a loss. Such a massive loss. Dan, you're a legend. Thanks for suggesting that one, mate. Sorry it's taken me a few weeks to get around to it. I hope it was worth the wait. But appreciate your friendship, bro. Appreciate your patronage as well. And definitely go check out Daniel's page. I'm going to put a link here, maybe now, somewhere on the screen. Now will be a link to Daniel's Instagram page. Go and check him out. He's a dope author, writes amazing books. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one as much as I did. Let's meet in the comments. I want to hear what you guys have to say about it and any experiences that you've had that may be similar. I think these videos are a great opportunity for us to sort of support each other, be there for people that might be going through similar things, similar hard things. It's certainly a raw thing for me. I hope you come back for more reactions in the future. Have a wonderful day, guys. And as always, be kind to yourselves, love everyone, and take care. I freaking love you guys.